Session number 1 of lesson number 4, materials, metals and non-metals. Lesson number 4, materials, metals and non-metals. You're familiar with a number of materials like iron, aluminium, copper, etc. Some materials have been given in table 4.1. See on your screen, you can see the table 4.1, appearance of hardness of materials. Appearance and hardness of material. Appearance means how it looks physically, and hardness, how much it is hard, very hard or not very hard. Okay, so the table is in front of you. The first column is given for the object or material, second column is given for the appearance, and third column is given for the hardness. Okay, the first column, object or material: iron, coal, sulfur, aluminium and copper. Actually, this we have to do as a homework. I'll just give an example. Iron, appearance is little bit shiny, hardness very hard. Coal, we can say it is dull, and we can say it is not very hard or softer. Okay, so just now I told how to complete the table. In this way you have to complete it for sulfur, aluminium and copper, and also you can extend the list of the object or material. Can you name the materials which are metals? The list that they have given in the table 4.1, there are so many materials. So can you name some materials which are metals? Yes, think about it. Now whatever you told, they are the metals, and the remaining things are non-metals. The rest of the materials in table 4.1 are non-metals. This means for simply telling iron, aluminium, copper, they will show the some of the properties of the metals, and remaining coal and sulfur, they will not show the properties, so they are the non-metals. We are going to discuss in detail. Okay, metals can be distinguished from non-metals on the basis of their physical and chemical properties. How can you decide whatever is good or bad? From their characteristic properties. In the same way, about the material or about the object, we can tell the given object is a metal or non-metal based on their physical and chemical properties. Recall that luster and hardness are physical properties. Actually, we have seen this in the previous classes about this, that metals and non-metals. We are going to repeat it. It will make us very sure to identify the given object is a metal or non-metal. Okay, so let me start the point number 4.1, physical properties of metals and non-metals. Physical properties of metals and non-metals. Have you ever seen a blacksmith hitting an iron piece or an article made up of iron like a spade, a shovel or an axe? Do you find change in the shape of these articles on beating? Would you expect a similar change if you try to beat a piece of coal? Let us find out. Actually, we know that the blacksmith is working very hard for giving the desired shape, for giving the desired structure for the iron. So whenever he beat, the given object can be changed into another object, or the given material can be shaped into the another object. Why is it so? Because when he hit the material, at that time he beat on the material and the material changed its shape. Okay, so can you repeat the same activity with the coal? To understand it, we are going to see the activity number 4.1. Okay, let me start the activity number 4.1. Take a small iron nail, a coal piece, a piece of thick aluminum wire and a pencil lead. Beat the iron nail with a hammer. Figure 4.1 shows the beating an iron nail with a hammer. Try to hit hard the aluminum wire also. Then repeat the same kind of treatment on the coal piece and pencil lead. Record your observation in table 4.2. One table they have shown on your screen, that is about the malleability of materials. What is the malleability? We are going to understand it from the activity. Okay. So object material is the first column, and second column, that is changes in shape, flattens or breaks into pieces, that you have to tell. Okay, for this activity we will require the coal piece, a piece of thick aluminum wire, a pencil lead, an iron nail. Okay, and we have to beat this all the material given one by one. When we beat iron nail, coal piece, piece of thick aluminum wire and pencil lead, we have to observe it. Okay, when the iron nail is beaten, at that time it changes shape, it may be flattened. What about the coal piece? Yes, definitely the coal piece will convert into the small pieces. Aluminum wire, it can be flattened, and pencil lead, it will break. Coal piece and pencil lead, it will break. Only about the iron nail and aluminum wire, they will shape their shape will change. Okay, now we are on the page number 45. You saw that the shape of iron nail and the aluminum wire change on beating. If they were beaten hardened, this could be changed into sheets. You might be familiar with the silver foil used for decorating sweets. You must also be familiar with the aluminum foil used for wrapping the food. The property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. This is the characteristic property of metals. As you must have noticed, materials like coal and pencil lead do not show this property. Can we call these metals? See, when we perform the activity with the iron nail and aluminum wire, we have seen they change their shape on beating. If they beaten again harder and harder, that change shape wire can be converted into thin sheets. You may have seen thin sheets of silver foil used for decorating sweets. Also, the aluminum foil used for wrapping the food. So these are the examples. And the property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. See, what is the malleability? The property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets. They are called malleability. This is the characteristic property of metals. This is the characteristic property of metals. That is, malleability is the characteristic property of metals. Means if any object shows the characteristic properties such as malleability, it can be termed as metals. What is the malleability? The property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets. Means if we are able to make a thin sheet of any object, we can say that that object shows the malleability property, and if that object shows the malleability property, we can say that object is a metal. So can you give the name for the coal and pencil as a metal? Think over it. We cannot make a thin sheet of coal, or we cannot make a thin sheet of pencil lead, so they cannot be called as the metals. Can you hold a hot metallic pan which is without a plastic or a wooden handle and not get hurt? Perhaps not. Why? Try to list some other experiences in which a wooden or plastic handle protects you from being hurt while handling hot things. On the basis of these experiences, what can you say about the conduction of heat by wood and plastic? If the hot metallic pan that we use in our home, if it do not have the handle of plastic or wooden, instead if it have the handle of any metal, what will happen? Can it cause any hurt? Yes, definitely it will cause the hurt for your hands. Your hand can get hurt. Okay, so what do you think, why we use it? Why we use the wooden and plastic handles? Mostly to avoid any kind of hurt. What's the reason behind it? Why we should use? On the basis of these experiences, what can you say about the conduction of heat by wood and plastic? You must have seen an electrician using his screwdriver. What kind of handle does it have and why? Now this you can understand very well. If your parents actually they are using the screwdriver, and if you have also used it, The handle of the screwdriver is not made up of metal. Instead, it is made of glass or plastic or any fiber. Why it is made up of the glass, fiber or any plastic? Why it is not made up of metals? If you use the screwdriver with the metal handle, then it can cause the hurt. You can get electric shock. To avoid it, it is made up of plastic, fiber or any other kind of insulator. What kind of handle does it have and why? Just now we have discussed the reason behind it. It will have the plastic handle or glass handle to avoid the electric shock. Okay, so to understand the next property, we are going to see the activity number 4.2, but at the next session. Thank you.